Today I'm going to make a card using the paper piecing with stamps technique. I'm using this November stamp of the month from Close to My Heart, which is only available this month. And then I'm also using a old background stamp that's long gone retired called Line It Up, also from Close to My Heart. And I just grabbed some scraps of paper out of my stash that I wanted to use. They're all pattern paper with the exception of the Bluebell color. And then I'm using Intense Black and Bluebell ink. I have my card base on a We Are Memory Keepers Precision Press Advanced, which is a stamping platform. I like to use this when I'm using black ink because I tend to not get as crisp of an image the first time I stamp, and this allows me to line it up just perfect the second time to get the image quality that I want. So it's just kind of a step above. The clear stamps are typically easy to line up, but sometimes it's nice to just not have to work so hard to line it up. So I really love that, and I love the price point on it also. So I picked mine up actually at Michael's for a really good price because I was able to use a coupon on it. I'm re-inking that stamps back up because I didn't get it as dark as I wanted, and I want those lines at the top and the little coils at the top really nice and precise and dark. So I re-stamped that and got the image quality I want. I wasn't super worried about the bulbs themselves because I'm going to actually be covering them up, as you will see. Now I'm going to start stamping each individual bulb on my scrap pieces of paper, and I'm using a smaller block because I don't need to stamp the entire stamp. I only need to stamp one little bulb per paper. So that is what you'll see me doing in the next little bit with all of the different colors, and I'm doing them in rainbow order because I kind of like that look. I think it's really cute and pretty. I'm just moving that stamp set along the block to get the individual bulb that I need to stamp. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep stamping the rest of those colors. And I have a trick with the Bluebell that I wanted to show you, so just keep watching here for a second. So the Bluebell paper is the only plain piece of cardstock I have. All the rest of the colors are pattern, and I just didn't have a piece of Bluebell pattern paper scraps in my stash. I'm sure I do in a paper pack somewhere, but I just wanted to be quick, and so I grabbed this retired background stamp set, and I'm just inking that up in the Bluebell ink, and I'm going to just stamp it tone on my cardstock to create a pattern paper, and then I'm going to stamp that light bulb on there. And then I will go on and stamp the purple cardstock. I've grabbed my scissors and now I'm just going to cut each of those light bulbs out. I did leave just a little teeny tiny border around the stamps. And then when I cut, you'll notice that I move my paper more than I move my scissors, and that helps me get a more precise cut. So if you're kind of new to cutting small, intricate things out, that is a trick for you. And then also you'll see me throughout the cutting, like if I have a bigger piece of paper, I'll actually cut a rough cut around the light bulb to give me a smaller piece of paper to work with. That also helps me out quite a bit. I cut the last couple off camera, and then all I'm doing is I'm just gluing, taking them and adding glue to the back and just sticking them right over the top of the ones that are already there. I thought about using 3D foam tape, but I didn't have any of the little mini dots, so I just glued them on there flat, but it would be really cute to add dimension to those too. So I'm just putting them on. Later you'll see me that I actually started putting the glue right on the card base instead of on the light bulb itself, and that just made it just a little bit quicker. I brought in my Precision Press Advanced again, and I'm going to add a sentiment from that Be a Light stamp set. And you will see me that I will be stamping that twice as well, because my first image was not as crisp and clear as I wanted it to be. So I do really love my stamp platform, not for everything, but definitely for stamping black and bigger images that sometimes don't get as even as a stamp the first time. I'm going to give you a close-up of that so you can see how cute those pattern papers are on those little light bulbs. I really like this technique because it's an easy way to color in your stamps or to add dimension or a pattern. It works great for flower stamps, for little people stamps that you want to stamp their clothes differently. And it's just a fun, unique, different way to use your stamps that are just an outline image. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope it was helpful. This is another example of paper piecing that I used on a scrapbook layout that I did a few weeks ago. I just took that little ribbon that says "You are the best" and I stamped it once on the sapphire pattern paper and once on lemon pattern paper, and I just cut them out, and I did use the foam tape in the center of that ribbon, and I thought it just turned out really cute. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you learned something new and were inspired to use your stamps in a new way. I would love to hear about what you created using the paper piecing technique. I will be sure to link the available products that I used in the video down below, and I'll also put a link to that Precision Press Advanced from We Are Memory Keepers. And here's one last look at those two projects side by side.